We all know that Xiaomi is very good at making budget, mid-range and flagship killer smartphones. However, we see very few Xiaomi phones catering to the premium mid-range and flagship segments in our part of the world. But the fact is, Xiaomi does make such phones, and those are mainly focused on the European markets. However, phones like the Galaxy A71 and Reno 3 Pro are doing very well here in South Asia, and Xiaomi finally seems to have realized that phones like the Mi Note 10 Lite may fill the void that exists for them in the premium mid-range segment. The Mi Note 10 Lite is a follow-up on the comparatively expensive Mi Note 10. Right off the bat, it's not the most value-for-money smartphone that you generally expect Xiaomi phones to be. And I think it does not need to be, considering that it is competing against the likes of Galaxy A71, Oppo Reno 3 Pro and the Vivo V90. Without any surprise, this phone has not been launched in India, where people look for value for money. It has been launched in Nepal though, so let's get started with the review after this short message from our sponsor. If you're looking for an easy-to-use, all-in-one tool to convert, compress, and download videos from YouTube, plus thousands of other websites, Wondershare UniConverter is the one to get. With the support for practically every video and audio format, it can convert videos for your smartphones, tablets, consoles, and even TVs. Moreover, its proprietary Apex Trans technology results in a lossless output as well. And utilizing GPU acceleration, UniConverter is incredibly fast too, by up to 30 times. It is also equipped with a video editing feature where you can add watermarks, subtitles, trim and crop them, all with a real-time preview of the effects. Okay, the first unique feature of the Mi Note 10 Lite is its design, and it certainly looks unlike any other in this price range. As evident, it is because of the curves you get on the back and the front of it, which kind of reminds me of the more than 4-year-old Samsung's Galaxy S7 Edge. These curves are definitely what makes this phone look and feel different, but I cannot help but think, is it really necessary to have it? Because as good as it looks, curved displays are prone to easy breakage and accidental touches. Xiaomi has included a feature to help ease accidental touches though. Like from the display settings, you can red flag the area on the curves that you wish to remain dysfunctional. You can also manually select the amount of area for it, which eases the problem to a great extent. Now, besides the curves, the design of it is strikingly good. It has this shiny, attractive back that's an eye candy. And for the price, it looks premium too, thanks to its glass back and metal frames. However, it is a pretty huge phone and weighs over 200 grams. So you can guess that it's not the most comfortable to use, especially if you have small hands like I do. Also, up front, you don't get a screen protector out of the box, which I think all brands should include, because what happens most of the times is it's difficult to find a tempered glass or a screen protector from mobile stores right after a new phone launches. Anyways, about the display quality, it's a 6.47 inches Super AMOLED display that produces excellent colors, contrast, and sufficient brightness levels. The display is also protected by Gorilla Glass 5. Being an AMOLED panel, you get features like an always-on display and dark mode. You also get a low brightness flicker-free mode that helps reduce the effects of PWM dimming. About the cameras, the Mi Note 10 Lite features a quad camera setup like the Poco X2. You get a primary 64-megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens, a 2-megapixel macro lens, and a 5-megapixel depth sensor. On the side of the camera module, you also find an LED flash and laser autofocus. Surprisingly, it does not have a telephoto lens, unlike its bigger sibling, the Mi Note 10, which had not just one but two telephoto lenses. So I think it would have been great if the company had added a telephoto lens here instead of the gimmicky macro lens. Anyway, talking about the performance of the cameras, I like the primary camera on this device. The Sony IMX686 sensor results in great details and sharpness in the images. Colors in the images also look vibrant. I compared the primary cameras on this one with the Galaxy A71, and I like them both. The A71 does a slightly better job in HDR, otherwise both these cameras are equally good. That being said, the ultra-wide angle and portrait images are pretty average on the Mi Note 10 Lite. Here, the Galaxy A71 is a clear winner. The Note 10 Lite fails to produce good colors and dynamic range in the ultra-wide-angle shots. Similarly, for portraits, the shot from the Note 10 Lite do look good, but I prefer A71s more, mainly because of the colors in the background and better-looking subjects. Normal nighttime images are pretty subpar with lack of details and grains. We do get night mode here, which works considerably well to preserve details and maintain exposure. When comparing it with the A71, I found Xiaomi doing a slightly better job in night mode pictures. For videos, 4K 30fps is the most you can go on the Mi Note 10 Lite. It is the same in the A71 as well, but Mi Note 10 Lite's videos are better stabilized than Samsung's. The colors and focus are quite good on both. There's also a smooth 60fps option at 1080p, but sadly it lacks stabilization. On the front, you only get options to shoot in 1080p 30fps, while you can go up to 4K 30fps on the A71. About the selfies, the Note 10 Lite is not bad, but I prefer the Galaxy A71 in terms of skin tone and background HDR. Xiaomi still seems to be lacking in that aspect. Portrait selfies too share the same story in terms of skin color and HDR, and even edge detection is better on the Galaxy A71. Something I have liked in the Mi Note 10 Lite's cameras is the vlog mode, which helps you make appealing vlogs without much hassle of going through an editing process. It's something people can use to make fun videos or even YouTube vlogs. Now let's talk performance, and as per Xiaomi standards, the performance on the Mi Note 10 Lite is just average, I would say. That is because we're used to seeing the best price to performance ratio in budget and mid-range Xiaomi devices, while this one has the Snapdragon 730G, which is not terrible, but cheaper Xiaomi phones like the Poco X2 and the Redmi Note 9 Pro come with the same chipset. So if you are a performance-centric person, you have better options like last year's Redmi K20 Pro or the upcoming Poco F2 Pro, which will ensure better gaming, to better benchmarks, to better everything. Talking about the Mi Note 10 Lite's real-life performance, games like PUBG are well playable at around 40 FPS with graphics set to smooth and FPS to ultra. With HD graphics and high frame rates, I got slight stutter and lags. Call of Duty runs considerably well though at high graphics and frame rates. Normal day-to-day tasks have no problem running whatsoever. Talking of multitasking with heavy apps, it does not feel laggy at all, thanks to the 6GB of RAM on my unit. Sadly, 128GB is the max storage you can get on this phone, as it lacks microSD expansion slot. So performance-wise, the Mi Note 10 Lite is not your regular value for money Xiaomi smartphone, but it does ensure that it gives good enough performance to match or even surpass its competitors like the Galaxy A71 or the Reno 3 Pro. On the software front, the Mi Note 10 Lite comes with Android 10 out of the box with MIUI 11 running the show on top, and you should be getting the MIUI 12 update as early as next month. Although MIUI is a pretty heavy skin, I did not feel any lags in the UI. But there are some things that bug me a little, like the fact that you can only dismiss a notification from one side. And thankfully, there are no ads in the UI here. Talking of other things, you get a single firing speaker at the bottom that produces a very balanced output, which I like. The audio from the 3.5mm headphone jack is of good quality as well, but it's a shame that Xiaomi has not included earphones inside the box with this phone. In my opinion, Xiaomi should have included one with such a premium mid-range device. Moving on, I faced no problem whatsoever while calling from this device. And what I like is Xiaomi is one of the very few brands that still provides an IR blaster, which is a welcome addition always. Both the biometric options, fingerprint and face unlock work very fast on the Mi Note 10 Lite. I prefer the fingerprint option best for security reasons, but if you are into face unlock, that's there too. Battery-wise, Xiaomi claims up to 2 days of backup with its big 5260 mAh unit. But in my heavy usage with the always-on feature and dark mode on, I got a full day's endurance, which is still pretty good. And I have also liked the charging speed on this device, as it takes exactly 1 hour 15 minutes to get the device from 0 to 100% with its native 30-watt charger. Now, before I conclude the video, if a comprehensive video conversion tool is what you want, then look no further than Wondershare Online Uniconverter. I will put down the link in the description below. Now, my conclusion about the Mi Note 10 Lite is exactly what I said at the beginning of this review. If you're looking for a value for money Xiaomi smartphone, then this is not the one you should be looking at. It basically caters to the exact same market where phones like the Galaxy A71 and the Oppo Reno 3 Pro are doing well, which means that it is not meant for a performance-centric person. Rather, it's meant for someone who wants a good design, great cameras, and an excellent Super AMOLED display. Having said that, I think Xiaomi could have made the Mi Note 10 Lite more compelling if they had included a 90Hz display, a telephoto zoom lens, and even stereo speakers. So that was all for our review of the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 Lite. If you had a budget of around 50,000 Nepali rupees, which phone would you go for? Do let us know in the comments below. Till then, I'm Pratima Adhikari and thank you so much for watching.